Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, November the 12th, and I have just started our 4 o'clock class recording, and it's now 10 past 4. So, Cristina, let me confirm if I have planned correctly. Okay, there they come. Good afternoon, Martí.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Fine, thanks and sorry for coming now.
It's all right. It's all right. It's better late than never. Okay, I have a question for you, Martí. When I post something on Class Live,
Okay.
for instance, the last one, do you receive an email? Do you get an email in your inbox?
In my Gmail account, you mean?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
yes, in my
do.
Gmail account, and also in Class Life, there is a notification number, or when you send something, this
When I post
increases.
something. So, Christina, you need to
Yes,
talk to your
yes.
project manager.
No, yes, Lucy. I find the emails, but I have a rule that when main jobs class life send an emails, they go to a group that I create. But in that case, I don't know why, but no, and it is in my normal.
Inbox.
I don't know how to say.
In your
Yes,
inbox. Right, right.
yes, in my
Okay.
box.
Okay, so it is everything okay because I was worried. Okay, because I don't want the students to miss important information. Okay, so Martí and Cristina. As far as I remember, we did some practices for the pictures. Am I right?
Yes,
We
last
did.
two lessons.
Okay, last 2 lessons. So they should be enough for the pictures. However, as it is a Tuesday, we need to go over the update the quickest that I can because in the end of week 3, I didn't do the update because I had my mommy hospital. And what is it? I'm going blind or what? Here. Okay, so for week 3, I didn't do any update on Class Live. I did it together last Friday, I believe, for week 3 and 4. For week 3, we have watched the video and we worked mainly on giving opinions and started the training for speaking question 11. The students were suggested to watch TED Talks so you can learn from native about persuasive discourse, body language, expressions, etc. when you give your opinion. Good afternoon, Xavier.
Good
Then,
afternoon.
on that occasion, I mentioned the exams that were due on the 3rd, that became due on the 10th, and that finally became due the 18th because of class life failure. Then these are the practices. As I said, I have joined all the practices in a document. And this document is like here as a title, but I also copied and pasted the link to all the pages that we have practices on to make it easier for you when you enter the document, especially students watching, so that you have it more accessible. Okay, so what can happen and what will probably happen to all of you or to many of you who don't have a MacBook or any iOS device is that when you click there, this is going to happen, okay? So in my case, it's over there, but you're gonna get something like this. And what you can do is to enter your Cloud Convert and convert your document to doc or docs, and it will do it. That's all you need to do to have access to the documents. In this document here, we have the full corrections to the practices, which means that if the students who want to practice again and check if their sentences will be any similar to the corrections, I still need to provide all the empty tables for you to write on them. And I will do it. I will try to do it tonight. Okay? What else? Then also, as we are starting with the emails, and we will start next week with the essays, the hardest part of the test, we need to emphasize the importance of our specific vocabulary lists. Good afternoon, Patricia.
Hello, Lucy. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Patricia.
So the specific vocabulary lists are linked here as well. Where is it? In here. So on Monday morning classes, we have finally ended our specific vocabulary lists because no one from my 178 students asked me about the specific vocabulary lists, which we have started in the first week of the course. Okay, so we need them, and we need to have like a look at them frequently because you will need them for all your exam. So here they are, and to the students that don't have them updated, on Monday, we have added some topics here that are in red. We have added education, traveling, family, restaurants, hiring and getting hired, and business. Okay, so if you want the latest version of the list, you only need to click on that link here. All right. And initially, that's all we have done so far, and that's the end of our update. And we can start our Tuesday, November 12th, 4 o'clock class. Okay? Questions? All right. Just insisting, remember that we need to deliver those exams until the 18th. Final reading, final listening, and final grammar exam. Okay? All right, they are very short exams, so you shouldn't need more than 15, 20 minutes for each exam. For listening, again, I will always repeat it. What you need to do is to what I cannot show any further because then you would see the answer. So what you need to do, question by question, is to copy the link without the parentheses into a browser. And you will have it. Okay, and then
you want to share a taxi to?
You need to work on two tabs. You bring this here, and then you have your tab here for your exam, and you keep going that way. All right. So this, let me get out of here because you cannot see any further. And that's it. So if it's okay for you, we can start with our writing part 2. Any questions?
So, Lucy, the final writing exams, we don't have to do it right now.
Not yet. Not yet. You need these classes, and you need the classes next week to do the final writing exam.
Okay.
And although you have something else in there because I did it in previous editions, this one, you will probably won't have this. We don't have time for this. Okay, we are already running late. But apart from that, with the several editions that we have had, it is not useful to write an essay. Like what you need to do, everybody here knows how to write an essay, especially if they're heading B2s and C1s. Many of you are already B2 for Cambridge or Trinity or Aptis or whatever. So you know what an essay is and you know how you need to write. You just need tips for TOEIC essays. And that's what is in here. In here. All right? Okay. So let's read together. How many are you? You are 4. So I have 1. And I have 2. Now. Then I have 2. Then I have 3. And then I have 4 students. Okay? So whenever you see the asterisk, you can stop reading. Christina, you were the first one to arrive. Can you start reading then? From here. You are mute?
Sorry. You always need to follow the same basic structure when responding to emails. The best way to approach this question is to 1. Read the email carefully. 2. Plan out your response before you write by answering these questions. Who am I in this email? To whom am I writing? What exactly are the tasks being asked of me? 3. Complete all the tasks that are asked of you. 4. Write at least one sentence of explanation about each task.
Okay, all right. We gotta work. Are you from Andalusia?
Yes.
Yes. We gotta work on the S's. All right,
Okay.
Christina? So let's go over. I will highlight and you will repeat.
Okay. Response.
Response. Response. Okay.
Answering. Questions.
Questions. Okay, now
questions.
let's join all
Okay.
together. I think that's when it changes.
Plan out your response before you write by answering these questions.
Okay, now you are conscious of what you have to do.
Yes. Yes, you are.
And this is hard. I know this is a hard one. Okay, so let's do this.
Task.
Tasks. You are not saying this as. Tasks. Yeah? Here.
Ask.
Asked. Remember that we must say the final consonants. They are not mute. Right? Very good. Okay, just giving you the tip. You and many other students that do the same. Okay? Thank you, Christina. So let's emphasize whatever is highlighted. The same basic boring structure, right? So it is like this, the same basic structure for anything. Maybe this is what you need to have in mind for your personal frame. But what happens with the emails is that the frame is very similar to everybody. So when you have the task in front of you, one, you read the email carefully. It seems obvious, doesn't it? But many students don't do it. They shouldn't read the email. very quickly, and they don't do it carefully. So when you do it carefully, you will realize where the traps are, because TOEIC is full of traps. You will plan your response, analyzing and thinking about these three things here, these three items here, sorry, before you write. You won't stop writing if you have 10 minutes. You won't stop writing before 1 minute or 1 minute 15 seconds have passed. Believe me, you need to think about what you are going to write. Why? Because if you know you need to obey the structure, you need to use B2 or C1 grammar structures associated to wide range of vocabulary and apply specific vocabulary to the email you are writing. It's impossible that you do it when you are writing. You need to plan it before, just like an essay. It's the same thing. The only difference is that it's shorter. Complete all the tasks that are asked of you. This is, if we think about Cambridge, the teachers teach you to pay attention to what was asked, because Cambridge brings it with questions, but TOEIC won't. TOEIC could give you the task, and you need to pay attention and remember to accomplish. And then you write at least one sentence about each task. Let's imagine that you are asked to respond an invitation asking 2 questions and giving a suggestion. So what 2 questions can I ask about the party, and what suggestion can I make? Okay, so I can ask about the dress code. Is there a dress code? 2, can I take an extra invitee with me? ¿Puedo colar a alguien? Can I take an extra invitee? And then you can have a suggestion. You can suggest that they provide transportation back home, because then everybody can have alcohol and not worry about driving drunk, for example. So whatever you suggest, because the last one is quite absurd, nobody's going to suggest that, but it doesn't matter what you suggest. Again, the same as I said for the pictures, the same as I say for everything in TOEIC. They are not here to say that what you write or think is wrong. They are there to assess how you express yourself. Okay, so you can invent whatever you want as long as you respond the task. All right? All right. Thank you, Cristina. Organization. What is the organization of a text? Patricia.
Okay. I will read it one moment. Okay,
no,
organization.
No, ma'am. What is the organization of any text? Any text. What do you have to include in any text so it is a text?
I don't know, Lucy, in that moment.
You know it. Of course you know it. In a story, what are the main parts of a story?
The initial details.
The beginning, right?
The beginning, the main explanation of the item, and the conclusion.
Okay. And that, for writings, would be the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The only thing that changes is the name that we give to them.
Okay.
Right? So yes, you know, right? Okay. Then what we need to remember is that the organization of a text is the same for anything, even a paragraph, has introduction, body, conclusion, but we just don't realize, okay? And that's going to be the same for the email. You need introduction, body, conclusion. However, the division is different. This is your introduction. This is your body or development, as you say in Spanish. And this is your conclusion. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, Patricia, you can read, please.
Okay. The organization of your answer will always be the same. Greeting, opening, body of email reply, closing, a final salutation. To make it easier to keep these parts clear and complete, you can divide your response into different sections. Remember not to use contraction. For example, greeting, appropriately, casual or formally, addressed to the person to whom I'm writing to, thank them for the email received. Formal, dear Josep, Sir, Madam, Mr., Mrs. Smith. Thank you very much for your email. Informal, hi, he, hello, Mary. How nice to hear him from you.
Okay, just stay there, bear there for a moment.
Okay.
So, remember not to use contractions. Never. We don't use contractions in formal writings. Okay? If you have seen it before, well, it's possible. That doesn't mean it's correct. Okay? So this is one of the fewest non-exceptions in English. When you greet, they say greet appropriately, casually or formally. Remember the delivery tone that we need to use for the reading and for the opinion giving. Here we have it again. What is going to be your delivery tone? Casual or formal? Casual means informal, right? Okay. And address to the person to who you are writing to. Thank them for the email received. This is mandatory. In any email you receive, you are going to see that. Hello, good morning. Thanks a lot for your email. Yes or no? For people working. And they will write to you 20 times a day. They will do always the same. Thanks again for your email. Okay? So yes, you have to write it, even though they know you are thankful for the email. It doesn't matter. It needs to be there. Then the salutations always come with a comma. Okay, the comma is here, sorry. And all the sentences must bring the punctuation they need. Okay? Any questions here?
No, Lucy.
Yes, Patricia?
No, I don't have question in this part.
Okay. All right. So the probabilities of having an informal email are not very low, but low. Okay? And on top of that, everybody knows how to write an informal email. It's easy to write the way you talk. So that's why we focus a lot on the formal writings. All right. Can you continue, Patricia?
Of course. Opening, briefly explain the reason why you are writing the email. I'm writing in regard to, I'm writing in response to your email at letter, informal, about your email, after getting your email.
Okay, thank you. So important. I think I could say 99% of my students write, I'm writing in regards to. Okay, so it's important that you remember that it is in singular. And when you do that, in my case, my Grammarly is set for proficiency. It's probably, any corrector will probably say that it's wrong. They are probably going to say, I'm writing regarding your email, regarding your or concerning whatever. Okay. However, when we use in regard to, you are using two prepositions. So it is a way to show your grammar here. That's why I decided to leave in regard to. What else? I think that's all here. If there are no questions, Marti can start reading the body, please.
Okay.
I know,
Body.
sorry, Marti. Sorry, no, I want you to read the following because there's a special reason for that. Who else is in the room? Xavier. Xavier, can you read the body, please? You
Yes.
understand later, Marti.
Yes. Buddy, go into details about the reason for your email. In this section, you complete the task asked of you. You give information, make requests and suggestions, or ask the questions. I have two questions, suggestions, requests in relation to this problem. Firstly, first and foremost, to begin with, etc.
Etc.
Then, moreover, in addition, etc. I am wondering if you could your request, or I would appreciate it if you could your request.
Okay. Quite clear, right? So in this case, in here, we can already see the types of tasks that may be asked of you. So imagine that the task says, give two suggestions. You will obviously write, I have two suggestions in relation to this issue. If it's a suggestion, normally it's not a problem. Okay? Then, here is when you choose, I gave these three examples, and we need to judge wisely what of them we can use, depending on the degree of formality or depending on the degree of necessity to express something. For example, imagine you were complaining about a parcel that you paid 400 euros and the parcel was mistakenly delivered. And then you don't get your parcel, you got someone else's parcel. You will obviously be very, very angry, right? So first and foremost, I want to express my anger because I didn't get my 400 euros parcel. You're not going to say, firstly, I would like to express. Am I right? So we need to judge what kind of markers we need. So it's not that you can have them fixed. You can more or less have options, okay, depending on the task you're going to write. Any questions? Okay, so can you continue? Closing? Xavier?
Okay. Closing. Briefly conclude your email with a polite goodbye and a final request or hope. 1. I appreciate your time in dealing with this issue, matter, problem, and hope we can meet talk soon. Second, I am looking forward to hearing from you very soon. This is the most used worldwide. Third, I am enthusiastically awaiting your response.
Okay, thank you, Xavier. Remember that one thing is the closing and the other thing is the final salutation, which must bring a signature. When you do this, you will know what you are going to write in here. If you are going to write your name as a student, and you should write your name, or if you're gonna write the name of someone else's that is already written in the task. Okay, so if your task says you have received an email from your boss, you're going to sign as Xavier Gomez. Okay, and any questions? Important, sorry, I forgot. I gave special emphasis to the commas here. Okay, they are very, very important. Even though you are changing line, because you need to do this in one line, change line, sign, you must use the comma here. Sorry, Marti, can you read the final salutation for us? I forgot to let Marti read.
Final salutation. Sign off with your name, the name of who you are being when writing the email. Sincerely, kind regards, warmfully, sincerely yours, faithfully, respectfully, signature name, and informally, cheers.
Okay, thank you. Now, Marti, please.
Your tasks. The
Tasks.
tasks that
Be careful with the S's.
Okay. The tasks that you will be asked to do fall into four basic categories. 1. Give information. Have in mind 2 or 3 sentences to do that. 2. Make a request. Have in mind 2 or 3 sentences to do that. 3. Make a suggestion. Have in mind 2 or 3 sentences to do that. 4. Ask a question. Have in mind 2 or 3 sentences to do that.
Thank you. Stop there. Marti, how do you feel about reading the same sentences 4 times in a row?
It's confusing.
It is strange. It makes you wonder, why do I have to do this all the time the same? Right? This is repetition. So the way you feel and the way we feel listening to it is the way the examiners feel when they see repetition, both in written texts, emails, essays, or even sentences, or when you give your opinion. So I left this here on purpose so that the students can like realize how uncomfortable it is to do the same thing all the time. Okay? All right. And then we don't need to read all of this. We can do it in silence. Vocabulary. Everybody knows that we are being very insistively talking about the importance of different, specific, and the wide range of vocabulary that we need. So we have here a bank of sentences for you to use over your emails, okay? Because if you are asked to give information, you have these examples. Make a request, make a suggestion, or ask a question. Of course, can I do it somehow else? Yes, you can. But once you memorize 2 or 3, it is much easier for you to think about the vocabulary that you need to use when you write those texts. Okay? If there are no questions, I'll give, no, sorry. One moment. Don't look at the answers. You probably have already looked at it, right? I forgot to delete this. Stupid Lucy. Oh. Okay. However, as you don't know what the activities is thought to be, it is almost okay that you already know the answers. So let's see. Martí, number 1, you go. You need to match or to complete the sentence here with the proper ending.
Okay. Would you mind sending me the notes from our last weekly review meeting?
Okay. Then Xavier, number 2.
I suggest that you can complete the information.
You need to choose one of these. A, B, C, well, not C. A, B, D, or E.
Okay, sorry. I suggest that you review your records and clear up your account as soon as possible.
Okay, and it is correct. And by the way, the sentence you did before, it was already correct. It was also correct. You said, I suggest that you, what was it?
You can complete the information.
You complete the information.
You complete the information.
Okay. 3, Patricia.
Okay, to answer your question, I think is A. I will be taking vacation for August 12 throughout 21.
Okay, and it is correct. Cristina.
I will appreciate it if you could inform your staff of this problem.
And it is correct. And then we have B here for me. Could you tell me what time you are available next Thursday for a meeting? Bam. Very easy, right? Yes. Everybody knows that these are the correct options. But what I want now is the grammar justification for each one of them. I will start. Could you tell me what time you were available next Thursday for a meeting? First, if I am asking someone to tell me something, I am going to ask a question. I am going to ask for information, right? And this is an information request. Second, could you tell me is the interrogative form of modal could, and I need a question mark. Am I right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then, Cristina, you did the last one, right? You did this. What is the grammar justification for your answer?
It's a conditional.
It is a conditional. Very good. Okay. And what kind of conditional is it?
The second, no? The second one?
The second conditional, right? Okay. However, is could a regular verb?
An irregular verb?
No.
What is the question? Sorry.
Is could, what is the main verb of this sentence?
Inform.
Inform. Okay. And you are using could with inform, right? So what kind of structure is this?
A request.
A modal. Modals, right? Can, could, may, might, would.
Yes.
Okay, it's a modal. What happens to would? Appreciate it. What kind of structure is that?
Modal too.
Modal. Is it a second conditional?
it's strange. I think that it is like an imperative order, no? But in a formal way.
Well, yeah, they are giving a polite order, yeah, but you are just afraid to tell me that you thought it was the second conditional, and I'm leading you to realize it is not a second conditional, right?
It's the first condition.
No,
Conditional.
it
No?
is a mixed conditional
I don't remember it.
because it's modal, even though this trap, remember the traps? So this, you know that you can use simple past and would plus verb.
Mhm.
That's the traditional conditional that we have, right? And we also know that can be used as the past of can.
Mhm.
But no, it can be the past of can if I say, I could swim very fast when I was a teenager. Then it is the past of can. Otherwise, it is a modal. If you're not talking about a past ability, it is a modal. And in here,
Okay.
it's a modal. Okay, so this is a mixed conditional. All right, thank you, Cristina. 3 is for Patricia. Or Xavier, I don't remember.
For me, is the third question. To answer
Okay.
your question, I will be taking vacation. It's a future. And I suppose that the answer is because the question is sometimes in the future. I don't have the information of the question, but I suppose that my answer in this case is because the question is something about the future. If I will be in the office or something like this in August, imagine.
Okay, I think you are looking for the expression that this is a piece of information because
Yes.
when you ask a question, you want to know something.
Yes.
And this sentence is providing you the information about the future in this case, right? Because they have asked about something. And this is a
Yes.
piece of information.
Thank you,
This is
Lucy.
no worries. This is more likely about vocabulary than grammar.
Okay.
And then number 2 for Xavier. This is grammar, Xavier.
I'd suggest that you review your records and clear up your account as soon as possible. I think that it's an imperative in a polite way.
Well, an imperative, an order is different from an imperative. An imperative
it's an order.
Is this. Wait. So when the students tell me, wait, Lucy, it is not well said because it's an imperative. They should say, hold on, Lucy. Bear there with me, Lucy. This would be something better to say. I am used to it, so I don't mind. Right? So this is an imperative. This is an order. But in this case, yes,
It's a request. A request.
Look at the grammar. Think about the grammar. What is this? What is this? What is this? And what is this?
It's a composed sentence.
There you go. It's a subordinative or a relative clause. Very good. Connected by a relative pronoun.
Yes.
All right. And then what do you have here?
Subject.
And what do you have here?
Verb.
A verb, because what is the main structure of any sentence?
Subject plus
Subject, verb, object. And that's why you need a verb here that cannot be a gerund because you have a subject in here. And Marty, first.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the reasoning behind was that as this is a request, would you mind the next word was verb? So I just searched for the sentences that had a verb, and then for the verb tense, I think it is present continuous, the one that matches with sending. That it is the only one that fits with this one, and as you said, this had to be a question as per the wood. So I chose it. I see.
Okay, and that's correct. The only thing is that it's not continuous, it's a gerund following a stative verb. Like we say, I like roller skating, I love going to the movies. Would you mind sending me? So the stative verbs go followed by gerund and the question that you have said. But you almost did it perfect because you recognized the ing. The only thing is that you referred it as continuous, so that's perfectly fine. Let me erase it, and then the next group doesn't see the answers. All right, well done, guys. Now this, I will give you some minutes to do it. Use the vocabulary in the chart from our vocabulary bank, the sentences bank that we have above, to complete the following email. That means that this is an email, a complete email, and you cannot use the same sentence more than once. So I'll give you 3-4 minutes to check the sentences here and to fill in over there. This is vocabulary. Okay, let's go.
Lucy, the chart is
Sorry?
the chart.
The chart. The chart is here. This is the chart. All of these sentences.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No worries. All right. Do you need more time?
One minute, Lucy.
Okay. Whenever you are ready, you let me know.
I finished, Lucy.
Okay, what about the others?
Me too.
Me too.
Yes, I finished.
All right, so let's go. One for, I can see Martí. So Martí, number one for you.
I answered. I would like to ask your recent posting about job availability in human resources at Company X.
I'd like to ask. Okay, remember how you start the email? Let's look here. No, let's leave this here. So how do you open the email?
Dear.
Yes, but this is already here, right? And then you are going to explain why you are writing. So in this case, this would be part of your requests, for example, right? So you should let them know why you are writing in this case. Okay? What would be a better option, Patricia?
I'm writing in response to.
Okay. I am writing in response to. Apart from that, Martí, notice you said this. I would like to ask. What is missing here? If you wanted to use that structure, okay, you could. In maybe somewhere else in the email. Yeah. But if you wanted to use that, I would like to ask you to ask. Your recent posting. What is missing there?
About.
About. You would need a preposition to join your verb to your noun phrase. Okay?
Okay.
So this is why we cannot use that. There you go. Thank you. Now, Xavier. You are mute. You are mute, Xavier. No.
I don't know, Lucy, but I think today is not working very well, the platform, because I have problems with the camera.
Yeah, and I think but when he was reading it, the connection was
Yes.
a little bit, and I don't know where you are, but it was, well, now it's not that very cloudy, but it was very, very cloudy here this morning. And I don't know you, but when it's cloudy here, my connection fails sometimes. Xavier, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So number 2, Xavier.
Okay. The reason why I am contacting you is
Okay.
to let you
Yes.
know.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
To let you know the position with your company, and I would like to meet with you at your earliest convenience to discuss my possible employment with you. In addition.
Okay, thank you. And it is correct. And number 3 for Christina.
I would like to know whether the position is full-time or on a contract basis.
I'd like to know. That's correct. But remember to say I would. I would like to know, because we cannot use abbreviations, remember?
I would, yes.
I would like to know whether. Why is whether marked, highlighted? Because whether is a synonym for if, but they cannot be used interchangeably. Whether is to be used when you have a choice. So in this case, you have one item and a second item to choose from, and then you can use whether. You could not use if here. Okay? Thank you, Christina. Back to Marti, I think.
4. Could you tell me how many people have already applied as well?
Yes. Could you tell me how many people have already applied? Thank you. And number 5, I think it was Patricia.
I write, I think it could be best if you could get me back as soon as you can.
You are not the first one that says that. I think
complete this, the sentence.
No. I think it would be best, right? You said?
Okay. See, I think it could be best if.
What I said is that you are not the first student
Okay.
that decides to use this sentence, and it is not correct. I will tell you why. Read the full email. Dear Miss Lane, I am writing in response. Sorry, I forgot. To your recent posting about job availability in human resources at Company X. The reason why I am contacting you is to let you know that I am interested in a position with your company and would like to meet you at your earliest convenience to discuss my possible employment with you. In addition, I would like to know whether the position is full-time or on a contract basis. Could you tell me how many people have applied as well? And then you turn it around and you give them an advice. I think it would be best if.
Okay.
So in the case, you were being very formal and asking things, but here you decide to give an advice when what you are asking here is a favor. So
To answer your question.
as I am very interested in the position and I want to talk to you at your earliest convenience, what would be the best option, Patricia?
Okay, it could be a request.
Yes.
It was wondering if you may be able to.
You
Or if
cannot
it's
have two before
possible.
you. You cannot have two before you. Well, in this case.
To answer your question, maybe?
Ah, I have it. Okay. It is a request and it is there, eh, Patricia?
I don't know what sentence I can write there.
This?
Okay.
I would really appreciate it if you could get back to me as soon as you can. I am enthusiastically awaiting your response.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand why?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll take it away because I don't want to do the same thing again for the next group. Okay. All right. And I have decided to provide you with this. What time is it?
Sorry, Lucy. Number
Yes.
5. What the answer?
I would really appreciate it if this one here. I would really appreciate it if you could get back to me.
And to answer your questions, you could get back to
answer your questions. No, because Mr. Smith is asking Miss Lane about the job position. So she doesn't need to answer anything. She didn't ask anything. So he's not, Okay?
I understand.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's already I have 40 minutes. Okay. Let's do it together. It will be perfect if we finish this because we want to start the practices next class. Okay? So this is the link provided in the end of this page, right after practice B. And let's do it together because this is what we have done so far. Analyzing the info and doing that activity. The only thing that's going to be different is that I want to emphasize the importance of indirect questions because it is the formal way to ask for things in the emails. Okay, so let's try to go quick. You can analyze this after the class. This is like a color code. So there, Miss Black is that if you know the name of the person, you are right. Use Mr. for the man and Miss for the woman. It's just a color code to provide you with information. Marti, number 1 for you. This is
You
all
should-
about the emails, okay?
Okay. You should use polite expressions and more formal grammatical structures in an email.
Mm-hmm.
True?
It's true,
I would say true.
especially because we are probably writing formal emails. All right, Patricia, number 2.
Okay, you don't have to include all the points mentioned in the question. Is false.
It is false. In the case, Cambridge brings questions and TOEIC brings tasks. So
Okay.
you must include and you must answer or accomplish all the tasks you have been asked.
Okay.
3, Christina.
You can use contractions in a formal email. False.
Totally false. Absolutely false. Thank you. 4, Xavier. He cannot hear me.
You should avoid using conventional expression for starting and finishing the email. I think it's true.
You should avoid, evitar, using
Yes.
conventional expressions for starting and finish the email. Remember that here we say okay, so what do you think about using conventional expressions? True or false? You should avoid them or you should use them?
No, I should use them.
Okay,
Yes.
meaning that number 4 is false.
False.
Okay, and number 5 for me, you should use this style for a person you don't know. So if you are going to write a formal email, are you going to be formal to someone you know or someone you don't know?
You don't know.
That you don't know. So this is true. Okay? Then this is the example of an exam question. The student analyzed this, and this, and then they have the answer here. And then we have the analysis with a color code here for you to look at it after the class. This is what I'm concerned about, the indirect questions. I will do the first. When does the course start? Could you tell me when the course starts, please? 2, Xavier.
Do I need to do a level test? I don't know.
You're not sure?
I can use I can use various.
You can use what?
More than one.
More than one option. What do you mean?
Yes.
No, well, you should start with this.
Sorry,
So,
I don't know.
okay, so they give you the beginning of your
I didn't pay
indirect
attention.
question.
Right. Let me know if I need to do a level test.
That's it. You will just eliminate this. Please let me know if I need to do a level test. Full stop. All right, Patricia.
Okay. How much does the course cost? Would you mind tell me the cost of the course?
No. That would be Spanish into English words.
Okay.
We want English. We want the verb structure in here. I will do this one again, okay? When does the course start? Could you tell me when the course starts? You go. How much does the course cost?
What is the cost?
No,
I don't know, Lucy.
sorry. Would you mind telling me how much the
Okay.
course costs? And then this present auxiliary comes to the end of the verb here.
Okay.
Yeah?
Mhm.
When does the course start? Could you tell me when the course starts?
Okay.
How much does the course cost? Would you mind telling me how much the course costs?
Okay.
All right.
With the next
With the
at the end,
S.
no?
That's correct. Because you need to mark your present somehow. That doesn't happen here because as the auxiliary is do and the other verbs for the other conjugations don't need the S, that's why this is easier. Please let me know if I need to do a level test. And that's it.
Okay.
For Christina, right?
Do you have native teachers? Could you tell me if you have native teachers?
Okay, native. Marty?
When do your courses begin? I would be grateful if you could tell me the course's beginning date. Maybe.
You need to use your word here. I would be grateful if you could tell me when.
When do your courses begin? Well, I would be grateful if you tell me when do your courses begin.
No, you don't need do. It's a indirect question. So I would be grateful if you could tell me when your courses begin. That's it. Just like this. We have eliminated this, right? Please let me know if
Yes.
I need to do a level test. That would be the same here. Tell me when your courses begin. And this is out.
Because it is an indirect question.
That's correct.
Okay.
Then goes Patricia.
Okay. I would like to know if the accommodation is near the school.
Okay, that's it. Well, your tone is not proper.
Okay.
Say it again.
I would like to know if the accommodation is near the school.
Okay, now it's all right. All right. 7, Xavier.
How many students are in each class? Could you tell me how many students are in class? In each class?
Are in each class, and you just eliminate the question mark.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then goes Christina.
Which book will we use? Will you mind telling me which book we will use?
There you go. All right. We don't have any more time. So you are going to fill in this. We are going to correct it next class. Please remind Busy Lucy that we need to correct it because I will probably forget. And then I think we need to do more practices with this, with the indirect questions. So I will write a note here. Maybe I would just go ahead and write this here, because it's gonna happen here probably. And this will be Thursday, November 14th, right? And you were 4 p.m. All right. Your homework could be revise a little bit on your own using the books and or Perfect English online, and do some activities on them, okay? I think it's not too much. It's gonna help you a lot. All right?
Okay.
All right, guys, any questions? Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for coming. Try to do that homework and see you Thursday.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Lucy.
Thank
Bye.
you, Lucy.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.